Yes, people, Ricky here from Behind the Bars TV. First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you to all my subscribers. I'm nearly at 15,000, which is something I never thought I would get to so quick. But obviously, my content is what you're wanting to see, so I will be doing plenty. People sometimes think, I've had a couple of people saying there's only so much prison you can talk about, but believe me, there's loads I can talk about. I'm still doing that air series of whole life sentences. I've done about 2 or 3. I will do another one. I've just been extremely busy with work, doing podcasts, trying to fit these in. I've got my charity fight in 2 weeks' time. I've just been sparring there with Lucas. I sound a bit nasally. I've also got a chest infection. I've had 3 lots of antibiotics, and I'm on steroids for my chest now, just to try and shift this chest infection. But I'll be ready for me fight in 2 weeks, no doubt about that. It's my first one, and like I say, it's a charity fight, but it's a proper fight, so we're going to war. But I'm looking forward to it, and it's all about stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something that is positive. Everything I do now is positive all the time. But I've just done a podcast yesterday with a lass from up here who spent just over 3 years in Lower Newton Prison. I'll be dropping that on Sunday at 7 p.m. So keep an eye out for it. It is a brilliant watch, and she was actually in the pad next door to Rose West. She was on the same as Baby P's killer. So keep an eye out for it. It's a really good, interesting podcast. It's something a bit different because we've never really spoke about women's prisons. So keep tuned. But getting to the point of what I'm talking about in this video, I'm going to talk about prison and the good things about it, because most things that I talk about, I'm just talking like about events that have happened in prison, things that I've seen, and it's mainly all like bad stuff. But I'm going to talk about good stuff in this episode, and I'm going to start off by talking about education in prison, because I've never really spoke about it before. But when you go to prison, if you want to change and do something good with your time and come out a better person, believe you me, you can. I am the man I am today because of prison. If I didn't go to prison and sort my head out, who knows where I would be now. But if you use it to your advantage, it can work. I mean, when I went in and done my 5 year the first time, I came out with a poor load of certificates, NVQs and different things. I've done literacy, numeracy, loads of IT. I've done art class. I've got a few degrees, a few qualifications in there. I've done a bricklaying course, which was a 9-month course. I passed all that. So you can make prison work for you. You do get the people that get in that just can't be arsed. They just lie on the bed all day, don't do nothing. But same as what they are out here, sleep until dinner time or night time, then they're up all day doing whatever. But if you want to change your mindset, change yourself, come out a better person, it's like going into a university. When I was just in home house there before the lockdown, I went on some of the education classes there just to get out my cell during the day. But you've got literacy, numeracy, they're the 3 main ones, and you've got the IT course. But you can do your GCSEs and everything in prison. So all these people that have left school early, come out with no qualifications, you can do it in prison. So imagine that, you're going in prison, you can't read and write. If you've got a couple of years sentence, you knuckle down, get your head into it. You come out with qualifications, a better person. Don't get us wrong, when you come out, it is hard. If you haven't got money as well, it's really hard for people when they come out, especially if they haven't got loved ones. If they haven't got love in their life, then life is hard. You've got to have a bit of loving in your life just to get on in life and be happy. But like I'm saying, the point of this one, when you get out as well, you can also go and get help. There is organisations that do help you. So prison's not the end of the line. Prison is the start of your journey if you use it wisely. And I'm just telling this for the viewers, because a lot of my viewers haven't been to prison before. So just to educate yous, excuse the pun, educate. But it's just to let all yous know that there is things in prison, and if you use it to your advantage, you can come out a better person. And the last that I've just had on my podcast yesterday, we'll mention this on there. She went into prison She hit her lowest point and she knuckled down, came out with a whole load of qualifications, and she's now running her own business, doing meal preps and stuff. So it just goes to show you can come out a better person and change your life. Prison is not the end of the line. For me, when I went back in on my recall, I hit my lowest point. I was stuck in there. I'd left my wife behind, left my kids. And that for me was a big thing to say, right, book your ideas up, make sure you don't come back, knuckle down, get into something. And look at us now, I've got my own business, got a gym. I'm running a couple of businesses. I've got loads of things in the pipeline ready for next year. I'm just that busy at the minute, but there's loads of things I'm wanting to do to help kids. So if there's any of you out there that got any ideas or you're doing some sort of organisation yourself, give us a shout. We can come on board, do something together. I've got enough room in my gym for a classroom, and I'm going to start getting kids in that are going off the rails. I've got kids coming in now. I must have about 20, 30 kids coming in over a week doing the boxing classes. I've got a load of kids coming in off the streets doing weights. I only charge them £3 a session, or £8 a week for kids to come in and train. You can come in as much as you want. So that's what I'm all about at the minute as well. I'm passing my knowledge on to help other people. But getting back to the prison, when I'm talking about the good things, I don't think enough of the screws get enough mention, because a lot of people talk about screws in a bad way, but a lot of them do give themselves a bad name because of the way they go on. They treat people like shit. They go in there, they're in the job, they're looking at it as a chore. They're not looking at it as in being in a job and caring for people and looking at people suffering and helping them. Some of them are in there and just taking the piss. They go in there, think it's going in to have a laugh, but some of them end up in a sorry state of affairs, because some of the people end up doing things back to them, retaliating, hitting them, chucking buckets of shit on them, etc. But I will talk about the good ones. There is good screws in there that if they see you're struggling and you go up and you ask for help, they'll go out the way to help you. So I just want to say a hats off to them screws that are in the job and they're helping people, because you didn't get enough recognition. And I just thought I would like to bring that to people's attention on here, because every single lad or lass that's been to prison, if you're speaking openly and honestly and real talk, even the lads that are still in there now, who I've speak to some of them on the phone now and again, they'll tell you, some of the ones, the long-termers that have been in for a very long time, they'll openly tell you that there is some decent screws, and actually they come in and they go out the way to help you. If you're struggling, suffering, and they can see that, they will help you. But obviously there is the dogs, and I think probably in my experience, it's probably 50-50. 50% of them are just in there to get the wage at the end of the month. They didn't give a fuck about your well-being. But you have got another 50% that are in there and they're caring and they do sympathise with you and they do try and help you. So that is what I wanted to talk about on this episode, the positive things about prison. Instead of all the bad, negative stuff, talk about the positive things. Like I say, I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for the prisons, the prison sentences that I've served. And a lot of people just go in, fuck around, take drugs, come out worse than what they went in. But you've got to use your loaf gun in there and use it to your advantage. If you're in a bad situation, turn that bad situation into a good one and come out in a better mindset, a better person. I mean, some people will just sit on the end and say, oh, he's waffling on, talking shite, but the real ones that have got a good heart and a good head on them, they'll be sitting watching it thinking, he's talking proper genuine here. Why go in there and waste your life, when you can come out and turn it around? Like I say, there's loads of organisations out here that do help you as well. I know a lot of people say, oh, there's no help when you get out. But believe me, there is. There's a thing in Home House, called the DARTS team, and it's called the drug. It stands for drugs, abuse, or I can't remember exactly, but it's the DARTS team, Rehabilitation Treatment, drug and alcohol rehabilitation treatment. And these people on screws, the people that come in, they're just dressed in civilian clothing, and they go out the way to help you. They get your housing set up when you get out. They try and kick your house out for you, and they don't get enough recognition either, because people like that are in there to help you. set you up for when you come out so you're not set up for failure. But like I say, the majority of people that are in there, they didn't take the help, they come out straight back on the rob, straight back on the drugs, and they're just in a life of crime, spiraling out of control, and it's just going to end one way, back in prison or dying off the drugs, overdosing or whatever, or dying of an early age because you've took too many drugs throughout your life. But yeah, like I say, just wanted to give some recognition to some people, organisations, the education departments, everything. But I hope you're enjoying that one, people. I think I'll leave that one there for now. The next couple of videos I'm going to try and get, I'm going to get a whole life sentence one, if I get time. And I'm also going to do one on a big notorious gangster, because I know he's all like hearing stories about them. And Kevin Lane, I will be in touch soon. Me and Kev have known each other since 2007. We had a lot of sessions together on the Hooch in Franklin, something that was just to fill our time in back then when we were bored, we had nothing to do. But we'll talk about that on the podcast. Kevin is a very charismatic fella, charming, very likable. He'll be on the podcast soon, so keep an eye out, people. But remember to like and subscribe, but hit that notification bell, and every time I upload a video, you'll be notified of it. But that'll do for that one, people. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.